Hello everyone, welcome back. It is good to have you here. It's a lovely Friday morning here where I am, and yeah, time for a little video. So hello. Right, I've got some goodies on my table here, and I've got my one signature. This is the one I put in the second, this little flip out over here, which we did last time. That was a lot of fun. And today I thought I would do on this page, so that's just a couple pages in, so you know, I think I've shown you the signature. I'm going to do on this lace page a little, wait for it, an envelope project. I haven't done one for quite a while, and I think I've got withdrawal symptoms, so I thought today I would put a little project together to put on this page over here. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to just leave it like that and put it to the side. Right, so I've got two mailers here. This one is slightly narrower and that one's wider. I'll give you some rough ideas, but guys, you can use any envelopes that you have. All right, so please, this is just an indication. This one is 9 inches by, I think it is 4.5, so 4.5 by 9. You can trim something down that you have if you've got something similar and you want the same, but you know, as long as it's going to fit on your page, I'll show you now what I mean, it's going to work, so you can do this. Right, this one I think is also 9.25 inches, and I think it's 6, yeah, 6 and... It was 6.5, but I've just trimmed it down to just between 6.5 and 6.25. All right, so that's what it is there. So yeah, I've got these two, and I thought, right, I love that big window, but it doesn't have to be. And this one's got a bit of a ruffle there, but we're going to cover it anyway. So that's what I've got. I've just slit them at the top there. That was how I opened them, because you know, everyone gets strict instructions in my house on how to open mail, so I can keep the envelopes. All right, so yeah, that's what we're going to do today. And I said I'd show you what I meant as far as fitting on the page. This larger one, we're going to fold it like that, so just short of half, and it needs to fit like that. So if it does on your page, you're good to go. Okay, so let's put that away again. Right, so I have effectively folded this just off half, really. It leaves us with a width of 4.75 inches that way. Yeah, I did that just because of the window there, although I'm going to cover up most of that, so it doesn't really matter. That's what I've done there. And then with this one, I have measured the inside bit here like that. And you can see that this one is just slightly shy of the fold line there, which is fine. And the length of that, I've then made a fold, so you can see the length there. I've just folded that. I'm going to tuck that in here, which I'm going to do pretty quickly. Right, so it's going to go into that top pocket there. All right, yeah. So that's really what we're looking at here. And then I'm going to put some bits and bobs on it with you. So shall we get started? Okay, so the first thing I want to do is these flaps always annoy me. So let me just take my glue piece off. I like to just stick this down, not the section that's open there. This is just the flap so that it stays down. That's all. It tends to happen, doesn't it? So yeah, I don't want to stick something on there and then it's loose below it. That's the reason for that. I'm not sure if I've got that here. Yes, I do. So I just like to get those bits stuck down. It's just me being me, you know. Maybe it's not even a thing to worry about, but who knows. Right, now this is going to be the front bit. This bit here, I'm going to put a cross on it because that bit we don't need to cover. That bit we're going to stick into the book. All right, so these pieces need to be covered, and well, that and that, but not this flap here. All right, I think I will start with this bit here. We'll start with that. So just get your bone folder out. like that. And this one's looking a bit ruffled, but that doesn't matter. It was to go through the mail, so you know, we're going to cover it up and make it look pristine, so it's all good. Right, I'm using my book lovers kit because I'm doing that journal with you. So, but of course, guys, you can use absolutely any kit that you want. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. So I've just taken a background page here, if I can pick it up with my hand. This is it. I've cut it out. The way I did that, you see me do this many times, I cut the rectangle to fit this section here, and then I just hold it with my fingers, and while I've got that rectangle, I just gauge. You can see that's there, but I've made it a bit wider. You can make it a bit wider to fit the size. I wanted these to be a little bit more even rather than very skinny and very wide, so I've done that there. Now of course you don't have to have a window in this project, you know, but so if you don't have a window envelope, you can either create a window envelope if you really want one and just stick a piece of vellum or glassine or anything you like in there, or you know, you don't even have to have an envelope. You can make 2 pieces of paper fit the size. So you know, I'm just giving you a few options. Right, I'm going to stick that down quickly. And I'm going to tell you what happened to me this morning with Abby. Poor Abby, she's stressed out today, as am I. I'm calmed down now, but Abby's still stressed. We went and did our morning walk this morning, which I do most mornings after I drop my daughter at college. And was just getting started. A lovely brisk walk we were having, and lovely crisp morning, perfect day because the sun's been out lately. And there was another lady walking her dog, which was pretty much a little bit bigger than Abby because Abby is small, sort of coming across our path. And I don't think anything of it because a lot of people walk their dogs, and you know, that's normal in the morning. However, this dog started growling, which also happens a lot, and I wasn't too worried at that point. But and then Abby's just stopped walking, and then this dog, I don't know what happened, but the woman lost the lead, and I mean, this is not a big dog. It ran across to Abby and attacked her. Luckily, Abby had 2 coats on, and I think that prevented him from actually drawing blood because it is cold here, luckily. And of course, I dress Abby up because if I'm cold, she's cold. So we had our coats on. But I was stressed out because she didn't move, this lady. She just stood there saying, "Oh, bad boy." Meanwhile, I'm pulling her dog physically off my dog. He's in the air and he's still got hold of Abby, who he's now pulling up as I'm trying to release him. I was really traumatized. Poor Abby and me, she was shaking. I was distraught. I've never had something like that happen to me before. Hang on a minute. Right, I've got my little piece of lace. I'm just going to stick across the top here. So that was quite unsettling this morning. Abby just wanted me to pick her up after that, which I did because I immediately wanted to see what had happened to her, if anything. And I'm so relieved to say, once I got in, I did give her the once-all check and there was no bite marks, but I'm so surprised. I mean, he wasn't going to let up, and she didn't even, you know, she wasn't very concerned other than saying, "Oh, he's a bad boy." Wow. That really upset my day. So yeah, I'm crafting now to calm down. Not calm down, but just not think about it after this with you. Yeah, so that was really rattled me this morning. And my poor dog now has gone and lay in a basket, poor thing. But I promise you, there's nothing. I thought I was going to have to take a visit to the vet and get a tetanus and all of that, but there's no puncture marks, thank goodness. But I might just take her later to the vet anyway, you know, see how she is. But yeah, right, we've got that bit stuck on. Happier things now, happier thoughts. It's Friday in the weekend and the weather's looking lovely and the birds are all looking at me in the tree in the garden. I have given them seed, so you know they are well cared for. Right, I'm going to decorate this little bit. I've got two little die cuts. One is from some old text, really. My daughter cut that out for me, bless her. And I thought, oh, actually, I'll use that. And this is a book page, and this is just a little lilac one, and I thought I'd put those down there. I might put that underneath, and I think that on the top. I think that's the way to go. So let's do that. Right, I hope you've all been enjoying the wonderful videos that everybody's been putting out for the tips, tricks and hacks. I have to think about that when I say it in case I get it all messed up and say that something obscene. Yeah, I've seen lovely videos and really great ideas. So guys, if you haven't checked that out, I do encourage you to go and do so, because best ideas. So yeah, it's been lovely watching everybody, and thank you for all of you that have watched mine. I mean, that's lovely of you. You know, we all have scraps, and it wasn't the most ingenious video, but it's something I think that we all face. And I afterwards I thought to myself, oh, I'm going to make a few more. I think I'm going to spend some time, maybe later on, just putting some more of those clusters together, because I found it really handy having them on hand, ready-made, to include in some of the projects I've made since, which I've shared with you. So yeah, I do encourage you to go and check that out if you haven't, and do something with all those scrappy bits. Right, so maneuvering this a bit. It's going a bit off the page, but that's okay, because it's not going to be a problem. Right, I've got that bit there. Okay, now what I did was, excuse me, coughing away, I did go and fussy cut out this from one of the large pages with the white plate and the cookies. I cut this out. I'm going to put it over here. I thought that just would spruce it up a bit. And I'm also going to put on a little butterfly and one of my little sentiments. Between the pages of a book is a lovely place to be. And gosh, it is my favorite place to be when I go to bed. When I go to get ready to go to sleep and wind down for the day is my time to read. I also like to read, well, I don't read, but I listen to my audio book when I'm crafting. You can get a lot of books on YouTube as well, you know, if you don't have audio books. But I have found it just utter bliss listening to books. And I honestly, I do listen to a lot of books in a month, often more than the one that I'm allocated. But, you know, you can share books with people as well. I think there's some rules on that, but I have had books from others. But yeah, I do love it. I feel like I'm in total bliss when I am crafting away and deep in the world of whatever book I'm reading. And I said to you the last time, because my memory wasn't working so well, I don't know what it is. I'm sure you guys have those days as well, when your mind doesn't do what you want it to do when you want it. So it was one of those days, and I'm listening to Anna Jacobs. I don't know if any of you have read her books or anything, but she does write some great series of books, and they are historical dramas really, and yeah, I do love it. I do love it. So yeah, the one I'm started now at the moment is great, and it's like sagas, you know. But yeah, my all-time favorite has to be the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. Sorry, Diana. Not that she's listening. But yeah, I'm waiting for book 10 with anticipation. Right, so that's the front of our little goodie there. Now, of course, behind there, I don't like this business usually behind here. So we haven't stuck anything down yet. This is still possible to get in there. And all I thought I would do is, I've got a piece of wallpaper here, and I've just torn off that bit there, and I'm going to stick it into that window behind. So I'm going to make sure, this is the trick with this, get the glue to the edge as close as possible, not right on the edge, but as close as you can, because if you slide a little journal card or something in there, you don't want this to hamper it sliding down smoothly. So that's my advice there. I've lived and learned on that one. So yeah, I try and get this as close to the edge as I can. Right, so let's just get this. There's no right or wrong way with this design, so that's okay. Up or down is fine. And we're just going to tuck that in there. I'm going to just take my bone folder and I'm going to get it in there. There we go. And it's really easy, so hands are the greatest tools, aren't they? Right, so there we go. Look at that. Yeah, there's no sign it was an envelope on that part of the page. Definitely not. Right, so I'm happy with that so far. Let's move forward. So this side is going to flip out like this, and I thought I would put a little background piece there. So I've chosen this one, and I'm going to stick that down over there. So let's do that. Yeah, books are an amazing joy, I think, and I've been reading some wonderful emails and messages from all of you sharing the most amazing experiences and your joy of book reading, which is just amazing. But book listening is good too, you know, like audiobooks. Trying to make the most of all the things that we do in the day. So you've got to multitask. Use your hands and your ears. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys find, but my experience with the films, when people do a film based on a book, I think it never really meets up with the expectation. Is that it just doesn't deliver as, I mean, it's always lovely. I love the Outlander series or any of the old Catherine Cookson films or whatever. I know Miss B was mentioning that to me, but you know, I find that there's nothing like the book. Right, what I've done here is I've just taken a strip the length of this. This is also from a background page. I've taken this little element, which is in my kit as well. I think it's the add-on kit. It might be the ephemera kit. And I've just made a little belly band there. I have folded it in two. So this really will be the length of your envelope, and I've just made it 1 1/4 inches wide, so that's 2 1/2, and I folded it over. All right, so I thought that was perfect for that, a simple little belly band. So I'm going to just stick that down there. Yeah, so there's nothing like the book. The book and the detail in the book is always the best for me. I mean, that you do see some, I love seeing them as films, but you know, sometimes they change the outcome in the film versus the book, which is definitely the case with Outlander. But it's nice to see an alternative. I think the one thing where the ending of a story with a book collection that really was disappointing for me was the TV series they did for Game of Thrones, if any of you watched that. I love this TV series, and I read all the books that he has done. He's also missing the last book or two, but the ending was disappointing. So I recommend reading is the way to go. Such great escapism as well. Right, so we've got a little belly band there. I've got some goodies to go in there, which I'll put in there in a moment. Now we've got one bit on the side to cover, and then we've got this bit. So I think I'm going to just put that up there for the minute. And I'm going to start with this bit over here. So let's start with the front. I went and I had a page of my vintage collage pages that I did a while back, and I'm wanting, because we're talking about books and text and font, I wanted more text. So I had these, And this particular one works really well with this kit. I mean, a couple of them do. So I thought I would cut that out just to mix it up a bit and put that over there. Same procedure, cut out your rectangle, only up to the fold line. Lift this up and just decide how wide you want your window to be. Draw your line with your pencil and then cut it out. Now I use a craft knife, but you can cut it out with the scissors as well, whatever works for you. Right, now while I'm nattering away here, I thought I would just distress this a little bit, like this. So just do the edges because I don't like the white showing through. Right, so there we go. I've already done it on here and I'm going to stick this down. So let's get that down, and then I must cover that on the inside as well. So we'll get that stuck down. Right, so I've just stuck that down, and as you can see underneath, I've stuck in another piece of little wallpaper in there, like that, just to cover up that area. Right, so now again, I've taken one of my background pages, the one with all these roses on. It's the same piece as this one here, and I've just cut out one of them, and I'm going to put that over here. I'm going to get that just tipping over the edge there like this. All right, and then what I thought was I'd grab two of these, so like the teal color and the pink. So I've just got two of these. This one I'm going to stick down over here, just have it stick out a little bit and tip over the edge, and then this one I'm going to stick at the top over there. So let me do that quickly and I'll be back here. Okay, so I've got all the glue on this one. I've stuck these down first. I keep picking this up just to see where I want it to be, and I'm going to get it, you know, you don't want it to go over the edge at the top there, so I'm just turning that around a bit. There we go. All right, that's fine. Yeah, I like it when it sort of comes over onto the window. Okay, so there's that, and then just got a little sentiment here. Bibliophile, a lover of books, that's all of us. And I'm going to just get that at the bottom here, like that. All right, so there's that one. How good is that? So we've got a little opening over here where we can, a little bit of a pocket in there. We want to now just flip this up. Now when you flip it up, that will be the side, you know, the right side up. So I'm going to just again put some distress ink on there, like that, on the sides of this one. There we go. And then we can just add our little bit on here. Now I thought I'd like a nice little bit of a writing spot for this piece of ephemera. So I have taken the spotty paper with the cream spots, and I'm going to just put this on there. So that's going to be the base for this. And I'll get that stuck down nicely. But I suppose you could write on that surface if you wanted to, you could. But what I wanted to do was I just tore a little piece here of my cream lacy paper, and I thought I'd put that down sort of up there. I'm going more to the top. I'm going to put something over here, and that would give you a nice defined little writing spot. So that's always good. So yeah, let's get that stuck down. I need to clean this nozzle from my glue. It's not working as well as I wanted to. So a bit of hot water in a little dish, and then I just take a little pin and push it through the nozzle. It does the job. And I've got two of them, so I've been a bit slack. I got two so that I'd have a clean one on hand. But yeah, I will be cleaning both because I haven't done the other one. You see? Best laid plans. Right, and then just two little die cuts again. This one, actually came from a page from my Galentine's kit, but the colors look so pretty and they work well, so I've just gone and used it. So there we go. My daughter was having fun last Saturday having a go at my machine. She just did a few, but I quite liked her choices of things. I gave her some paper just to mess around with, and that's what she came up with, and I quite like it. So, you know, it's always lovely when someone else has a go at things, and yeah, and then I look at it and think, oh, that looks lovely, you know, because often you don't think of things or see things in the same way. It's nice to have somebody pottering around and showing an interest in what I'm doing, quite frankly, because nobody in my family really does. So I'm sure you all have the same thing. Right, I'm going to just get that like that. That's really cute. And then I'm going to just take this one, which is pink. There we go. Right, now two little things to finish that off is you can always find a friend in a good book. Gosh, that is true. And like we were saying, I don't like it when a book comes to the end. I feel like I want to hold my breath and I want to see more kind of thing. I don't like to let it go quickly. I sort of stay in the scenario in my head for a while. Yeah, it's not nice for me. It's not, I don't enjoy, I mean, it's always lovely to get to the end to know what's going on, but I don't really want to leave it in my head, you know. Am I the only one that's like this? Yeah, and that's why I love a saga, I think, because I'm still in it and I love it. There was this one book Anne Jacobs did, or one series, and it was about 3 houses, and she was explaining about a lady who'd left 3 houses and all the mysteries for each house, and, you know, unraveled. And it was so nice because with each house, they were next to each other. She brought back 1 or 2 little interactions with the previous stories, which is lovely, I think. I know I'm weird. Right, so we've got that like that. That's our little flip up bit. And then we've got that like this. And that's all looking great. I'm going to stick this down quickly, and you can stick it on this side if you want. We are going to cover this bit, but I thought I would do it on the inside. So I'm going to just take some glue. And I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac, and the reason why I'm doing this is because this gives me a few seconds more time to make up my mind if I haven't quite got it right. Oh my goodness, there must be 20 birds looking at me. I did feed you this morning, guys, so I don't know why you're looking at me, but you are cute. It must be coming to spring. The birds are out, and I see there's a little bit of green sprouting on the tree there. I'm going to have to investigate and see if that's leaves or moss. But the weather has warmed up over the last few days, or it's been freezing, literally. But the temperatures are rising, so I'm hoping that means we're going to have an early spring. I hope so. I did have a question from the lovely Karen and a few other ladies about the mini journal for this Book Lovers Bliss. I can tell you that I'm just about done with it, putting it together. I had to redesign a few things, so it will be ready for next week, and I will share that with you if you've been waiting for that. Okay, there we go. I think I just wanted it away from the middle there, and I think that's fine. And that should be able to go over. Oops, let's just stick this bit. So there's that so far. We've got that. We've got this. Right, we can do this. Okay, so this piece here, I've just taken a stripe page. This is all from that kit. And I'm going to put it over there. Before I do it, I'm going to take my distress ink, and I'm going to just run it down the middle here. This is just me. not wanting to see the white that's going to show. And you can do this as well. And there we go. And you can do it here as well if you feel you need to. Yeah, there we go. And then we can just stick this bit down. So let's just do that. So that, again, that's the burgundy stripe. I think I've got a chocolate one as well. And I mean, that's also beautiful. It is, but I want to put something on there. I mean, I could stick that down there, I suppose. But what I want to put down here is one of these. So I'm going to show you quickly how I do that. So I think it was a bit busy. I don't know. Should I do that or should I do that? I thought that was better. To me, this is just too much going on here when I go. I mean, it's beautiful, but I think if I go and stick that on there, it might just be too much, or maybe there. What do you guys think? And can you shout loud, please? I didn't notice that bit behind there. It was just a misprint, actually, that I have just used to print something else on. So let's do it like that then. See, I've changed it, but actually this is plain, that's plain. I'm thinking, okay, let's do it. So plans are changing, but that's all right. So we'll just get the glue on. So let me know what your favorite books are. I'd love to know what you guys like to read. Definitely for me, 19th and early 20th century up to the Second World War type 50s is definitely my favorite genre of book, and I do love a saga, definitely do. Right, there's that. It's looking good. I'm happy. Right, in my little ephemera kit, I have made these little pockets that look like that. I've added on this bit there, just those bits from my stash, so background bits that I've added, and a die cut. I've scored that little pocket, so I've taken the bright one. Then you would have had about 3, I think, of these, which are the little backgrounds to go into this little library pocket that I've made up here. So what I'm going to do there is you just slide it down, and with your glue you just get some glue onto the flappy bits like that, and then you fold them over. So let's get those in there. Easier when you haven't scored them. And then that bit there, so that lot's gonna fold down like that. All right, so now that is the back, and hopefully you can get it straight, you know, not like me. I've now made that skew. All right, so we've got that like that, and then these little cards with the little cards behind, I've made a couple of these as well, and that is the little card that goes in there. So that's what that is. Now I'm going to just put my glue on the back here, and I'm going to stick it on here. Now don't want it on the rose. I'm going to put it on the rose. I know that sounds weird, but we've got enough brightness there, and I quite like that side of it. But it's personal choice, guys, you know. Right, so there we go. We've got our little card in there, and I'm keeping this all pretty flat. And then over here, we've got a little pocket on the side here. I'm going to put something in there. Then the little belly band here, I've just taken one of my journal cards. So this is a lovely Catherine Klein one. So there, this is all part of the ephemera pack. This is part of my add-on kit, so the bookshop and the little mini envelope. So I'm going to put that in there like that. Okay, and then we are going to just do that, a little bit of and we've got that bit there. Now all we need to do is put in our cards. So I took the mini pages, and that one is a mini page just like that. You can see how I've cut it. This one's slightly narrower than this one. This one is going to be in here. All right, so you want to slide that in there. Now again, I want to just there we go, and that little bow just brightens that whole lot up. I quite like that. You can just see that lovely image there. We've got our little bits there. Then on this one I've got a side pocket, so that's going to go in there. That's also from the mini page, one of the mini pages, perfect size for this. So that's going to go in there like that. You can just see the little teapot and the cup of tea. So that will close like that. And then this one remaining goes into the pocket at the back here. So where we fitted in this flap. All right, so that's going to go in there. All right, now you won't see that one. You won't see an image of that one. It's gone behind there, but that's top, side, top, just like that. Now you could make that a little gift if you just cover the back, and you could put another little pocket on the back there if you wanted, or you could put it into your journal, which is what I'm going to do. All right, so just hold it nice and flat, and probably best to put it underneath a book. That's what I tend to do. I tend to put it under a book or a few books, and then it makes it nice and flat. But once it goes into your journal, it will be pretty flat. So how lovely is that? That's so adorable. I love it. Okay, and now I'm going to put it over here like that. And you can see it's going to fit there perfectly. Yeah, so let's do that. So now it's just a case of covering all of this with glue, because I'm going to move it out of here quickly just to get the flat surface to stick on, and I'm going to do that. And there we have it, everyone. There's our little project glued into our book. And once I've put a little book on top here, I'm sure it'll lie a lot flatter. So I do love how that's come together there, and we've got a little secret place to write. We've got lots of bits to put information in, lovely tags over there, over here, goodies there, and on the front. So lots to keep us busy, and I think it's really turned out so pretty. All right, everyone, I'm wishing you a wonderful weekend. I hope that the weather's great where you are. I'm thinking of all of you, whether you are well, not well. I'm sending you my love. May you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the rest of the junk journal tips, tricks and hacks. And I will see you very soon next week. I will bring you the mini book journal kit, so you can make that one up. I know lots of people have been asking, as I said, so that is almost done. And I will share that with you next week, probably towards midweek. So we'll see how we go. All right, stay safe, as I said, and thank you so much again for your support. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.